Breaking news! We have another win under our belts, and it has fans all excited and dreaming of the Super Bowl. Let's take a look back at how that matchup went and what's next for Jared Goff in his wild ride after the Lions' gutsy win over the Houston Texans that took us to an impressive 8-1 on the season. We're talking interceptions, resilience, and that game-winning drive. Be sure to hit that like button so you never miss the latest Lions news. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for all of it. Let's get started. All right, Lions fans, let's get started. Jared Goff had quite the game against the Texans, definitely not the way he probably wanted. 5 interceptions. Yes, you heard that right. 5. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the twists and turns, Goff kept his composure, bounced back, and led the Lions to a comeback win. So what was going through Goff's head after throwing all those picks? He had this to say: "Honestly, I didn't feel like I was playing that bad, and I was seeing things well. I was pitching well. I had some unfortunate things early on, but I've been through a lot worse than that. I've been at rock bottom. Mentally, I've been at rock bottom." That's the kind of grit we love to see. Goff was clearly in the zone, even when things went south. He wasn't about to let a few, maybe more than a few, bad plays ruin his day. He talked about how he managed to stay locked in mentally, saying, "It's a battle. It's hard. I never lost confidence because I felt like I was doing what I was supposed to do. And guess what? The defense had his back. Our guys on defense stepped up big time, bailing the offense out time and time again. Goff knew it too. Our defense really bailed us out. They really did all day," he admitted. That's what a real team effort looks like. The game itself was a roller coaster, with 4 punts, 2 picks, and even a missed field goal. But under all that pressure, Goff found a way to step up. To win a game where your offense has 5 turnovers doesn't happen very often, he said. And he's right. That's a testament to not only our defense but the entire team's resilience. The Lions got punched in the mouth, but they responded. And that's why we're sitting at 8-1. So, let's talk about the ending, because, oh boy, it was a wild one. When Jake Bates lined up for that game-winning field goal, you could feel the tension. Goff summed it up perfectly: holy smokes. That was a roller coaster of a game. And when that ball went through the uprights? Relief, excitement, and a whole lot of pride. Goff praised Bates, calling him cold-blooded for nailing those kicks on the road, twice now this season. We have ourselves a clutch kicker, Lions fans. But let's get back to Goff for a second. Facing adversity like that? It changes a player. Goff pointed out that experiences like these only make him stronger. When you can dig in deep with those adverse situations and come out on top, it just prepares you for the next adverse situation. And it's true, this team has been tested. We've seen it before, and every time, they find a way to fight back. There was one particular moment late in the game where Goff had to make a crucial read. It was 3rd down, and he found the open man. It's those small moments that make a difference. Preparation played a huge role, and Goff gave a lot of credit to Coach Dan Campbell. We've been tested. Dan has done a great job of putting us in these tough situations in practice. That's how you build a resilient team. Of course, not everything was perfect. Goff admitted some of those plays were unlucky, but he never felt like he lost control. Even when the coaches were giving him space, they never doubted his ability to turn things around. And that support? It clearly matters to him. They were all so supportive. I felt like I was seeing things great. I had to swallow it a little bit there. Lions fans, this win says a lot about who we are. It's not about playing a perfect game, it's about finding a way to win even when everything seems to be going wrong. It's about supporting each other and moving forward. So now I want to hear from you. What did you think of Goff's performance? Did the setbacks shake his confidence, or do you respect the way he bounced back? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Now let's talk about one of the biggest game changers we have on this team, Jake Bates. He's proving to be a serious X-factor for the Lions, and if you watched Sunday night's game against the Houston Texans, you know exactly why. We've been looking for a kicker to back us up for years, and it looks like we finally have our guy. Let's break it down. The Detroit Lions haven't exactly had a great track record with kickers over the past few seasons. How many times have we seen close games slip away because we simply couldn't trust our kicker to deliver in those high-pressure moments? Too many to count. But on Sunday night, Jake Bates showed us that those days may finally be behind us. In a nail-biting, back-and-forth matchup with the Texans, Bates remained cool under pressure. He hit 2 extra points, sure, but what really stood out were his 2 field goals from 50-plus yards out. Those kicks weren't just impressive, they defined the season. Let's talk about the first one, a 58-yarder to tie the game. I mean, come on. It's not a chip shot. He hit it right off the right upright, and you could feel the weight lift off every Lions fan's shoulders as the ball went through. And then, with the game on the line, Bates went for a 52-yarder to win it. It wasn't pretty, it barely missed the left upright, but it was good. That's what matters. And the best part? No hesitation. No nerves. Just pure confidence. Think back over the last few years. Would any of our old kickers have done that? I don't think so. And you know what that means? Dan Campbell doesn't have to take risky plays when the game is tight. We have a kicker we can trust, and that gives our entire team an edge. In ugly games like this, and let's be real, this game was a fight, 3 points can be the difference between a win and a loss. In the postseason, that kind of reliability is invaluable. Now, Dan Campbell has always been a ride-or-die guy with his guys, but even he seems to have found a new level of confidence with Bates. Here's what he said after the game, probably. I had a lot of confidence in Michael Badgley, I really did. But I think probably at this point, that's a fair assessment. We're getting some pretty long kicks here. I don't particularly like doing that all the time, but sometimes you need it late in the game like that. He answered the bell. He's answering the bell. Let's break that down for a second. Campbell had faith in Badgley, no question, but Badgley never had the leg strength or consistency to make the big kicks when it mattered most. Think back to last year's NFC Championship game. Would Campbell trust Badgley in a similar situation? Probably not. But with Bates? No hesitation. That's the difference. Bates has already rewarded that trust a few times this season. Remember Week 7 against the Vikings? Another game winner. It's becoming a pattern, Lions fans, and it's the kind of pattern that can make or break a postseason run. Bates is more than just a solid kicker, he's a weapon. He's a guy who can swing the momentum of a game in our favor and put points on the scoreboard when everything else is falling apart. Look, no one is saying Bates is going to carry the team by himself. But in tight games, especially in the playoffs, having a kicker who can handle the heat is huge. We have a solid defense. We have an offense that has been shining for most of the season. And now, we have a kicker who can close the deal. That's a recipe for success, and it's why Jake Bates could be the X factor we need to get us out of this championship slump. So, what do you think, Lions fans? Has Bates proven himself to be the man? Do you trust him to overcome those high-pressure moments when the stakes are so high? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from all of you. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more exclusive Lions content. We have a lot more coming your way as we head into the playoffs. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Lions!